record this. So number 7 in 3.1, it says correcting errors involving the suspense account where the difference in the trial balance is, total is unknown. So the total of a business's trial balance failed to agree. Subsequently, the following errors were discovered. So error number 1, a check for 360 from a credit customer has been correctly entered in the cash book but posted as 630. So there's one side that is wrong. So it's been correctly entered in the cash book, but in the credit customer's account is wrong. So normally when you receive a trade receivable amount, you're supposed to debit your cash book and credit your customer's account. So you have accidentally over credited by 270. Trade receivable account. So we need to fix it by debiting trade receivable account. So we're just gonna put here debit trade receivable. So we're gonna put 270, and then it's going to be suspense account 270. Okay, so this is for error number 1. So once you're done with error number 1, you can go on to error number 2. So we don't really need a narrative for this one here, and we don't need the date. So this is your debit, this is your credit, this is your details. Error number 2, the total of postage column in the petty cash book, $70 had not been posted to the ledger account. Okay, so you have written in your petty cash book, but you haven't write in your expenses. So the postage column, so the postage is an expense. So we under debited the expense. So number 2, we have to debit postage. Once we debit postage, it will be $80 on debit side, and then we have to credit suspense account. $80. And the last one will be purchases return journal had been undercast. So purchases return is opposite of purchase. Purchases is debit, purchases return is credit. So we undercasted it by 380. So we're supposed to cast it into the purchases return account on the credit side. So the debit side will be suspense. Suspense, we're going to put at 380. And on the credit side, we will put purchases return, also 380. And that's it. So this one here will actually solve all the problems, and we have to figure out where the balance lie in the suspense account, assuming that once we fix all of this, it will balance off the suspense account. So this is just a mere assumption. So in our suspense account, we have to put in all the values. So here it states that suspense put on credit side 270. So I'm just going to put 270 here. I'm going to leave the first line blank because that will be where the difference is going to be. If it's on the credit side, I'll just have to write it's blank. So here it is trade receivable. Then suspense 80 to postage. And suspense 380. I'm also going to leave a blank up there for purchases return. So now, whatever that is done, we'll just close the balance as it is. So you can see whichever side that is higher, we're just going to put it as a balance. 380 is higher, 380 is higher. So here I have 350. So the difference in trial balance will be here. See, so the difference in trial balance will be here. And that will sum up our suspense account and balance it off.